Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile. It's been a while, but I really don't want to stop playing this game. So, here we go. We have found our way to Scion, and now we just make our way through and find ourselves facing quite a few key characters this time. We have... For the first time, we are going to get the chance to fight Piety. And then we get to fight Dominus, the main baddie that we think is the only one. And that's it. Wow, it has been a while since I've played this character. I don't even remember how to do things. Alright, Scion encampment, our main base of operation. The main NPCs are going to be Clarissa, which we had just rescued there, Maramora, Hargan, and Grigor. And of course this is also the act where we get to do our ascendancy, which I've apparently missed one. There isn't really anyone you have to talk to yet, because we already talked to the one we rescued, and she is our next quest. So we can head straight out and get her quest item. Now we're going to be going through the slums and looking for an above ground area. And what I mean by that is we are going to be looking for stairs going up to get out of this pit. Oh, well, sewer grate. We'll need to remember that for later. Good gosh. Detonate dead, just one-shotting everything. I am so lost this time. Alright, let's try and find our way Alright, you know you're going the right way when you see this ancient graffiti. And you know you're getting close when you see these, what would you call it? This section where you're just going over the rooftops. make our way through all the baddies, and shortly you come to the crematorium. Here we are trying to rescue Tolman, picking up our waypoint, but by the sounds of things, it might be too late. Oh, the sounds of sweet agony. Piety, you are one demented person. Alright, we get to see how our skills hold up versus another abyss. If I can get the timing right. God damn it! I cannot get my sequence right. And while we're in here, of course, we have to pick up the trial. On Scion, unfortunately, you don't get much of a benefit, damage benefit out of it, as you would with other characters. Oh, Ana helps. Pick up the levers and head out. We're done. Alright, still need to find our way to Piety and save Tolman from the horrors that she induces. there she is. I see her marker. I see her dead bodies. Follow the blood trail.
I'm so glad you could make it.
And there she is.
There are answers inside you that I'd like to see.
Pretty. You want to dissect me? That's kind of creepy. Alright, Tolman, I'm so sorry this happened to you. You poor thing. I'll deliver the news to your love. That poor lady. Poor lover.
Poor Tom.
Okay,
Be
enough of that.
careful.
Just give me the keys. Thank you.
Be careful.
Bye. Now, remember that sewer grate that we saw earlier? That's where we're heading now. This area doesn't have too much underground compared to the last one. There's just the sewers, and they've trimmed out a lot of it since the original release. There used to be 3 sections you had to go to, and the third one you used to have to go through from the warehouse district, but now they consolidated all of it into one section.
You were remembered only for the mess you left behind.
So in this area, we need to find our 3 busts so that we can pick up our free skill point. Of course, waypoint, because we're going to have to double back here again, just get through the blockage once we have the key for it. Pick up our second bust and make sure we find the 3rd one before we leave. Nope, we do not want to leave yet. We want our skill point. We do. Ah! Was not too far this time. Next up, the marketplace. Same thing? Same thing. I'm just used to calling it the warehouse district for some reason, because it is just a bunch of warehouses. But here, there isn't really any kind of a boss. There is a mini boss with a reflect shield, which can be a pain in the Tatooine. And here he is. Now the best thing you can do, if at all capable, is to let his shield wear down, because that is... Ooh. Forgetting the name of the skill. But it has a refresh timer every time he blocks a skill. It refreshes the timer for 12 seconds. Yes, we need the Catacombs. Now here there's no quest, but there is the Ascendancy trial, which is even more important. See, this is why I'm having a hard time even trying to use detonate dead half the time. Like, that's just gonna be my boss kill. It's because you can send these out and they seek everywhere. fire. Pick up our chromatic. Go on through. The worst. Are you serious? How do you kill something like that? Okay. Everything's cleared out but him. Need to make sure that his shield doesn't continuously charge. Ascendancy. Where are you? Aha! Here we are! This one, you basically just run in circles around everything. Flip the lever. And you are very quickly through with it. So we've got one more to deal with.
In the left hand, surety in the right.
And then I'll have to backtrack and get the prison. But for now, we can just continue as we are through the marketplace. Now, there is an optional quest that you can pick up while you're in here for the Decanter Spiritus for the docks, but all that is a flask, unless they've changed it. So not necessary, and usually pretty far out of your way. So the quickest way through here to our next area is to ignore the abyss for now, and head right over here to the left. You're gonna go all the way left and down. And be prepared for kind of a mini boss thing here. Pretty much a pushover. Pick up the waypoint. We're going to be backtracking here shortly and head towards the docks for our last quest item before blowing up. Now the docks is pretty random. I don't even know if anyone's figured out a good way. And here we have, if we had picked up the decanter for Fairgrays, we could have turned it in. Finally put his soul to rest. But, like I said, it's all random. Maybe you get to the quest item and not see him. Jeez, this is just amazing. It doesn't have the same sparkle effect that the Volatile Dead has, but you can't deny how effective it is. Alright, every time you get here, it's going to be covered in blues. Easy to get through. supply
too much
crate.
baggage.
Make sure your baggage isn't full of junk. And then you can wayport back to town, turn in whatever quests you've forgotten to turn in. Sell, skill points, all
Watch
that,
yourself.
all of the above. Alright, Harrigan is going to be the one you turn in your busts to. He's going to give
Stay
you
out of the
a skill
shadows.
point. And Maramoa is
Tolman's
going to be
dead.
giving you skill gems. Ah, yes. Anger. Sweet
General
anger. Okay, once you're all done in town and you've turned in your quests and gotten your items sorted out, you're going to head to the battlefront again. And this time we're going to go to the northeast. And finally we make our way to the temple. Solaris temple.
It
Does
seems that even time loses its will in Rayclast.
Does she not know someone is here taking care of things? Although the witch does comment on it possibly being a spell that's taking care of things. I don't think the sign is quite as attuned to such things as she is. So the Solaris temple is just a giant map. There isn't too much winding, but I have gotten lost in here a few times. There are 2 unique monsters in here that are just more powerful versions of ribbons. These elemental ribbons. Oh, and of course this one. I tend to forget her. Loots! Give me the loots! Really seem to have a hard time with these guys. Oh yeah. Open it, it's like, oh yeah, there's things to kill. Yala, I'll just let you listen to her for a minute.
You
I
are not a
love
cockroach.
her voice.
Strange. Inundated with cockroaches I am. Black ones, 4 limbs, nasty, spiky things. Are you spiky? If so, my ribbons will pluck your spines. Malachi liked spines. Liked my spine. Pretty spine. Bejeweled and bountiful. Enough to make an empire weep. Do you weep, not a cockroach? I do. Tears are infinite. Why, on this very day I found a new reason to cry. What is that you have? Not a cockroach? My ribbon spool. Those black ones wanted
God, yeah, stop it here. I love it too much, but we have a strength one, probably because we need strength.
The cockroaches will come again.
So pick up the same
They
one.
want the
See
twist.
what luck we have.
That cockroach emperor. The other bugs shout his
Ooh,
name.
resists are good.
Revisius. Cross the river.
Okay, but this
Leave
is
me.
the important thing. Infernal Talc.
Leave me, not
We
a
will be
cockroach.
using it to blow up the butthole, the cloaca, the Roa's rear end. And that's one way you clear up constipation. Alright, Ebony Barracks. Here we get to destroy Gravicius, which will unlock curses and auras at the vendor. Alright, here is a little something for you. If you do not like dealing with a bunch of blue mobs while fighting him, you can kill him off screen, or kill the mobs off screen, and then deal with him. It can be a good thing to do since they cast flammability on you, which will make it more difficult to live
Men like you
when you have minus
shall not inherit radiant.
20 fire resist. Into the Solaris temple. Here we have our one-shot mini-boss, Cole. It's like basically a buffed up version of Brutus. And at the end of this, we have our first encounter with Pied. Second encounter, but first actual boss fight where we kill her. I also forgot about this mini-boss here. That was easy. That was way too easy. Alright, basically what he does is he just summons zombies and runs like crazy. Oh, Cole. Forgot it. Somehow dodged that. You gotta watch out when he lifts his arm slowly, that's when he's gonna slam. He also has that grappling hook to pull you towards you. So you can keep him ranged and just dodge left and right. Small dodges. Oh, right, there is a way to completely avoid him by just going up through the top part of the area. And the entrance to one of my friend's favorite areas. The blood. Rivers of blood flowing all around. What we're looking for are stairways once more. They're going to be very apparent once you get to the right ones, because they are going to be yellow on the minimap, just like these over here. There we go, next level. There's going to be 3 levels here. If you are not confident in your ability of surviving, put down a portal, because it is a very long walk. And the area mini-boss. Little bit of a tip for you guys. There's only one way that you go. And you see these 2 carts? You don't go that way. You go to the side with a single cart. But I'll show you what you run into if you go this way. Just this massive pile of dead bodies. I don't know how many people piety has been used, but I don't even know if this is actually possible, especially in cities that size. For this time period, it's pretty incredible to see this. Alright, this is the last leg of our journey through the blood pits. There shouldn't be any more mini-bosses until Piety, who is the actual boss. First doorway, there's always blue mobs behind it. And always a welcome party right here, whether it's blue mobs or just normal mobs, but this area is pretty packed. You go up here, and at the top of these stairs, there's going to be quite a few blues as well. And through the portal, we get to meet Piety and actually kill her this time. She feels confident. She doesn't need to run, but really she should have. This is the one time she should have. Oh crap. Dodge behind the pillars, these things usually hurt. Didn't even get to see the fire version of her.
You should die.
Oh well.
A
You pick up
thousand
the
times over
tower
what you've
key.
done.
That unlocks the final area for us. And let's see here. Back to town. And here we get not one, but wait, is it just one?
Unfortunately, piety was
It is
simply
just one
a
now.
part-
But do not forget to talk to Grigor for your skill point.
See you.
Never forget your free skill points. 30. yeah, I should take this flask. There we go. Sure. That's
Be
like
careful.
100 times better.
You are
Maramoa
the true spirit
gives
of the
skill
Makoto,
points for having
Scion.
killed Gravicius,
Why are you still standing there?
and Hargan
Don't
gives
do
nothing.
anything I would.
Alright, once you're all done with that, we return to the Ebony Barracks, and instead of going straight forward or straight back, we go to the right, into the Imperial Gardens. Here we will have our final Trial of Ascendancy, along with an Abyss. So it's going very well. Ah, wrong buttons! Why are you not dying? What the crap? Okay, you have sucked up way too much. What was that crazy attack speed? It just looked like it was bugging out more than anything. Oh, okay. I'm actually surprised that did not destroy me. Anyways, back up to what we were supposed to be doing. Following this path. And in here there is an optional area which gives you some very hard to get skill gems. We'll go ahead and do that real quick. It's called the library. Pick up the waypoint so we can get back to it. I tell you what, I can't even go an entire hour without getting some kind of unique dropping for some reason. Alright, so now that we followed our way through here, library is always to the west. Just a tip if you're looking for it. And through here we need to get to the second floor and find Ciosa. He is going to have the waypoint next to him, and we can pick up the pages and get one free skill gem and then some really expensive skill gems. You can talk to him or not, it's up to you.
Go with
You should know by now, actual dialogue is optional for progressing quests. You can just pick up the quest item and come back and turn it in without even knowing what you picked up. Okay, once you've made your way past him far enough, you find the Zeus candle, open it up, and you get the second floor. And in the archives, you're going to be looking for 5 golden pages. I honestly don't know that Christmas song well enough to quote it, but 4 turtle doves and all that other jazz. Now these pages are strewn all throughout this area, and it's somewhat maze-like, so it can be something of an annoyance to find them all. But it is very much worth it if you're looking for skills that are not usual to your character and you want them before Act 6. This is the best way to do it. Also, these level up with your character. Act 6, they're always going to be level 1, no matter when you purchase them. These at least level up some. without you having to do the work. So if you come back to it later, it's fine. One more left, which I had already spotted it down south. And now we can portal back and get to the waypoint and turn it into Ciosa. To the library, and Ciosa will have everything for us.
Go with
right
care,
here.
friend.
Fire penetration works great with our volatile dead. Would not do so good against our detonate dead due to the way ignite works. Here you can see it's all the different colors and practically all of the gems. Alright, we're back to the Imperial Gardens, and this time we are heading southeast. Oh. Hello? Hello? Goodbye? A very scary thing. Here, if you picked up the first piece of the Fairgraves quest, you can find your way to the plum and pick that up, but since I didn't even get the first one, I'm not going to bother. The thing I do need to bother with is figuring out where the ascendancy is. Alright, so to find the ascendancy, basically go through this Mazak area, and it should be northwest of the waypoint. This is a pretty easy one, you just move small steps in between all these needles. And you can be on your way back to where we were trying to go, which is the Dominus, to kill the person who fashions himself a god. Fancies himself a god, my apologies. If I can figure out how to get out of here. Okay, so we make our way up these grand steps and use our key on the door to get to the Scepter of Gods. And apparently this god enjoys destruction and mutilation and just turning everything into freaks of nature. Because, ooh, not these guys. These guys used to be human. I do enjoy a good burn. Oh, there's more. There's a whole lot more. Oh. Damn, that AoE is good. The final door is always north, and you can always recognize it because there's these defensive walls protecting it. So you make your way to the rooftop, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 phase boss fight. The first 2 phases are going to be versus like his minions, his generals, and all that. The next phase is going to be versus the miscreations. And apparently I've killed them without even realizing. Next one we have the actual Dominus, who uses one of 3 skills, these totems, which deal cold damage over time. His specters that he shoots out, which deal lightning damage and penetrate. And then he has a smash. Let's see if we can get him to use it. There it is. Smash, which deals a great deal, not sure what kind of damage. Now, once he's done with this, he'll come over here and turn into his final form. Now, in this final form, the best way to deal with it is to just sit on top of him. Have quite a few life vests, which have remove bleeding, and burn him down. There's going to be these portals on either side, which summon in different minions. But if you don't, oh shoot! You have to stay inside that barrier, or else you're going to be taking bleeding damage from rain, from the blood rain. Honestly, the easiest way to deal with him is to have a build that has blind or high evasion, and that form is super simple. The other ones you can't do much about because most of the attacks are spell based. You can talk to Deanna now, or you can talk to her on this side of the aqueducts. But that's
Cleared the
Act 3
puppet.
complete.
Now I just need to follow the strings.
Thanks for watching. I
Cheers,
hope you had
Master.
fun. Hope you learned something. And I will see you next time. You're still here. Well, thank you. If you'd like more, there's the last episode linked right there. If you want something different, right underneath it.